Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, the question of the night. 1 second. Will Curtis and Jordan last this time on General Hospital? See, while I do think that people can change, I also do sit there and think that they are the same people. And because they are the same people, well, they're just going to make new mistakes. At this point, maybe they just kind of belong together. Now, we're going to sit there and get roll call started, get this thing going. GH fans is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Amy H is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Black Mom, Mr. GQ is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Allison's in the chat, how you doing tonight? Susan R is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Gorgeous Queen Janice in the chat, how you doing tonight? Sean is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Mighty Makes Right is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Jay Blue is in the chat, how you doing tonight? No one lasts on soaps. Well, Victor and Nikki lasted. I'm doing good, Sean. I survived today. I got through everything in record time. So yeah, I was sitting and say it was actually pretty good today. Like I said before, if Jordan goes back with Curtis, I'm done with Jordan's character. Yeah. I'm doing good, Black Mom. I survived today, and so that was good. That was 6 o'clock in the morning. Those 6 o'clock. Those 6 o'clock in the morning shifts, no joke. Allison, I saw you yesterday. You were in Dion's chat. You were in Dion's chat yesterday. Yeah, you're in Dion's chat yesterday. I didn't really say much of anything because like by the time he was doing it, I was already laying down. Yeah, I saw you in the chat. You and some other people. He was doing his Luke Spencer tribute. He was talking about the episode. Ghibli says I'm still watching Mondays. GH, I'm laughing so hard when Marcos tell Lucas to wear a mask with Willow. Yeah, I was trying to, I'm not gonna lie, Lucas actually annoyed the shit out of me. I'm like, Lucas, you know what? Honestly, tell you, if you could sit there and take your ass back in the goddamn room. What's good, Connor? I hope you had a good New Year as well. Um, was good to see you, Connor. But what else my shit at? Yeah, Lucas was just being an asshole. It's like you had to sit there and be condescending. You can even be decent for five. You can even be decent longer than 5 minutes before you start saying, "Well, you don't want to sit there and you don't want to sit there and violate another custody order." I was like, okay, and if she does violate the order, it has nothing to do with you, though, right? They ain't your kids, though, right? Okay, then you can sit there and shut up about it then. Well, GH fan, like I said, Lucas was being an asshole. That's what it came down to. And it was none of his goddamn business. If she violates 40 court orders, it has nothing to do with Lucas. It has nothing to do with Lucas. Lucas is there judging the situation that doesn't even involve him. Lucas is a gossip and judgmental character these days. I'm looking forward to when he sees the real Marco and Sippo. Yeah. I'm like, damn, bro, you can even sit there and just be decent for 5 minutes. Conda says, what are your goals for 2026? That's a good question. I do have some goals. Well, I want to have some goals, but I don't actually yet. I didn't actually write them down. Okay, but they're not his kids. They're not his kids. At the end of the day, they're not his kids. I don't give a shit if he's their family. Willow's a grown ass woman. She can violate how many goddamn exactly. Thank you, Sean. Lucas needs to sit there and sit his ass down. Does not is not his kids. He is not involved in that. And honestly, tell the truth, those are her kids as well. Those are more her kids than it is his kids. So honestly, tell the truth, like I thought Lucas would sit there and shut the fuck up. To be honest, like that dude was like seriously. But no, kind of that's a good question. I do need to come up with some goals though. What are your goals? What are your goals for 2026? Janice says, "Is Drew leaving the show?" I saw several sites saying yes. Um, unless it comes from GH, unless it comes from General Hospital or or the actor, then Dolomedics was good. Dolomedics. Well, my whole thing is GH fans. If she does, it's not Lucas's business. like like I said, that's not any of his goddamn business. He's not there judging the situation that he's not a part of. And I'm not to saying it's okay for Willow to do it, but regardless if Willow does it or not, it's not his goddamn business. You need to sit there and sit his ass down somewhere. Um, Honestly, tell you the truth, listen, Mike already has a problem with Jacinda because even Tracy was like, "You are stringing this girl along. You may not be doing it on a subconscious level, but you might want to, Kind of says my goals are staying healthy, exercising, keep being successful, and continue watching EastEnders. Oh, okay, man. Honestly, tell you the truth, if I get a chance, that might be a show I may watch. I mean, right now I'm watching Hollyoaks, and that show is perfect for me because it's 3 episodes a week in 20 minutes. Um, but it's not his place. Here's the thing, GH fan, liking someone and actually having feelings for someone like Jacinda is falling for him. Yes, he likes her as a person. He thinks that she's chill to sit there and talk to and everything. Um, okay, Ron. Um, but when I don't. This is my whole thing with you, Jay fan. Yeah, I feel like a lot of times when you're watching the scene with Michael, you just you listen with your emotions. Okay. What she said was, if you don't have the same level of feelings that she does for you, you need to sit there and be honest. Yeah, if I get a chance, kind of, I'll definitely sit there and check it out because I do like a lot of the British stuff. So, Jay Blue says, so you don't believe that Michael has feelings for Jacinda? I don't feel like he does. I don't feel like he's no, not the same way. Like, yeah, he likes her. He may like hanging out with her. He might occasionally hook up with her, but I don't know if he has the same feelings for her that she does for him. I feel like his feelings are a lot. I feel like her feelings are a lot stronger, and that's where she's like, you need to be honest, you know. And that's the thing, JH fan. She wasn't snitchy trying to be mean or anything like that. She's just like, if y'all not two on the same level, I really dislike it when people tell others what the feelings are. I remember when Michael told Jacinda that he started to have feelings for her. I said you, JH fan, you okay, well, J Blue, I see where you're coming from. Okay, you just pretty much just kind of made my point. but Michael does have those same feelings. He's just not in love with her yet. Okay, all right. Well, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I see where Tracy's coming from. That's what I'm going to sit there and say. But listen, Jay Blue, I do get what you're saying too. I do get what you're saying as well. Um, you too, Connor. Thank you for coming through, and you have a good night. I think he likes her, but doesn't love her. But that's what I'm sitting there saying. Like, yeah, he likes her. Um, I just exactly. I don't think that they're on the same page, and I think that's the problem. And Tracy just doesn't want her to get hurt. So, now Jordan and Curtis are in bed. I'm done with Jordan. I just thought there was like, why would you want to sit there and be back with the same? Here's the thing: Curtis comes with a lot of baggage, a lot of baggage that Jordan doesn't need. Okay, Jordan doesn't need to be sitting there dealing with Trina and her constant mood swings. Okay, Jordan does not need to be sitting there dealing with Stella and her mood. Because the fact that she was sitting there when they started going out together, she was hella disrespectful. Um, and then there's Portia. It's like, what are you doing? Here's the thing. Okay, so we got Laura, right? And Laura is just not accepting her reality. First of all, this is the reason why I don't feel bad for. No, no, Jordan does not. Is she that lonely? Do you think that Sophia is going to escape out? Well, yes, she said she was going to escape out of it, out of Bayview. So yeah, and she going to do a whole bunch of dumb shit. And sometimes with days when they start doing things like that, and I'm going to talk about days in a minute, but so Laura's not getting the reality of her situation. Okay, you have boy who's like, yo, listen, he wants some helipads, he wants some helipads or whatever on this, that, and the third. Laura's like, I don't know if I can make that happen. And then, she had to get reality set in when Sitwell was sitting there talking to Charlotte about, give her my regards, and anything can happen to little kids and stuff like that. I'm like, girl, you need to sit there and get your shit in line. Um, okay, Ron. Um, you need to get your shit in line because even Boyles is like, I think you're a good person. You can do some good work, but like at the end of the day, Sitwell's not a person you want to sit there and cross. Like, honestly, tell you the truth, girl, you shouldn't have sat there and contacted Sonny out of all fucking people. You should have contacted the goddamn cop. You sit there dealing with Sonny, the local mobster, the guy who nearly lost the election because of. You decide, oh, what's a really good idea? Well, I got a dead body in my trunk, and I should sit there and probably call, the cops. But I'm gonna call Sonny. So, what is her plan now? What is she gonna sit there and try to do? Um, yeah, that's a good question. Interesting. So what? So what about Rachel when Sophia do get? So what about Rachel What's the question? So what about Rachel when Sophia Duke gets out of Bayview? What about Rachel? I don't understand. Like, what's the question? Like, what's gonna happen to Rachel? Is that it? Like, I don't. What's the question? I mean, once she gets out of Bayview, it's not gonna have anything to do with Rachel unless Rachel's gonna sit there and tag along. And is that the question? Or Jay Blue says, why did Kevin get an offer to Ireland? Is that his exit from GH, or will he stay and have Sitwell take care of him? Okay, so here's the thing. I don't think that's his exit from GH, but the actor that plays Kevin is also on the show Beyond the Gates. So it's like we get to explain his absence longer by having him go to Ireland, right? Because he's on another show, and I just don't think they want to kill him off. My whole thing is like it looks like Laura's gonna sit there and ask. Part of why I get so defensive of Michael is because it's annoying that he always accused of stuff and not believe when he is denied. It's annoying to watch. You do realize it is a TV show, right? Probably, Sean. Ron says, I mean, then when Sophia gets out of baby, where does that leave Rachel? Is she also going to do the same? I don't see why she would. Darby says, what happened to Dimitri? Didn't he have short hair last? I was going to sit there and say he was trying to go for that whole Fabio look. Um, Perfect timing right towards the end now, right? DC Soap Sanctuary. I did sit there and send you a text message. Huge fan says, I'll admit that I forget that sometimes I tend to sometimes react based off of how I feel in certain soap situations. Yeah, you need to sit there and work on that. Like seriously, you need to work on that. Yeah. I was sitting there saying I was trying to cast you in some videos. Sean says I need to see some clips. Okay. I know that you leave at 9, so I'm gonna show them at 8:50. Um hopefully you can sit there and stick around for that. That definitely will. Have a good night, Jay Blues. Really great to see you. Yeah, I'm definitely because I got some new ones to sit there and catch people up on, Sean. She says I think the only way they'll cast me if I make my post public, but I'm not sure about that yet because of the AI thing. Oh, okay. My brother just learned of this sort app the other day for me, and now, oh, but what's actually really funny though? Okay, so it's interesting that you say that. Okay, so I got to be public. Okay, all right, never mind. Hmm. Tanya says the actor who plays Derek on Beyond the Gates is off contract. Huh. Oh no, no, no! I thought about that because I was like, because it is public. You can actually sit there and download some. You can download other people's videos even if you don't follow them because they make it public. No, Ron, I haven't. Um, yeah, you can. I mean, granted, because it's public and everything like that. But okay, and that's the thing, DC. I have people who will sit there and either cast me in a video or they will take the video that I make and remix them. The only thing is you can't download a video you post someone else sent. No, but it's almost just as bad though. Like I can go to somebody else's page and download their video with their image, and I can theoretically put it on my YouTube channel or put it on YouTube or Facebook or anything else. Eagle says, "Hey Albert, Matt Clark talks about 1 million being nothing, but yet he should be damned the money. He should demand the money Victor stole from his facts, facts, facts. Eagle facts. It's funny. We were actually sitting there talking about AI stuff, but yeah, but yeah, I get that. I get that. I get that to some extent. GH fan. That's why I haven't made any of my posts public because I like having the videos for me, but for the general public, I'm not sure of that yet. I also feel like I've been going from my channel for a while. I feel like I've forgotten I had a channel. I'm just, like I said, GH fan, like I looked at that situation when you were like, you're being defensive for Tracy. Like Tracy says some sort of unforgivable sin because she dared to disagree with Michael about how he felt. Like all she was meant to say was like, "Hey, I don't think that you're on the same level as your sender, and you're like getting super like serious about it. Like you sitting there defending Lucas and being like, oh well, how dare somebody hold her accountable?" I was like, first of all, who the fuck is Lucas to sit there and hold anybody accountable of anything? Who is Lucas to sit there and judge anyone? That's my whole thing. But I tend to forget that sometimes because I'm like, I get it. You don't like what you call it. DC, I know you haven't actually did like streaming and stuff like that in a while, but I can tell when somebody's talking in a certain way when they start getting a little bit too serious. Um, but okay, all right. Um, yes, DC, I know that was shade, but I needed to make a point though. No, DC, make your shit public so this way I can sit there and I can start casting you and some stuff. Put you in a cop video, I can sit there and just slap you or something. I would listen. I would have used DC in one of my videos to sit there and be like a cop and like just like seriously. GH fan. GH Allison. No, you didn't. Because when I try to sit there and type you on something, it says you're not available. Yes. So when you get a chance, make sure you change that. Yeah. I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with Snitcher saying he's a good man, but like, GH fan is there talking about, oh well, he's holding Willow accountable. I was like, what the fuck is Lucas be holding anybody accountable? No offense, but I think that's on your head. I really do, and I think it's actually okay to sit there and disagree with a character like Michael. Like, not everyone has to sit there and agree with Michael just because you like him. I think that's where there's a disconnect. But um, and Marcos is a good man too. See, When DC says things like that, it's like, okay, bro. Like, all right, bro. I know you trolling hard, bro. And that's the thing. DC hasn't been in my streams in a hot minute, so it's like DC is sitting there making up for times. You know, it's really funny. I thought about that when I thought about that this week when you was gonna come in. You was gonna sit there and say some old shit like that, like, oh, Albert agrees with everything that DC says. I mean, Albert agrees with everything that Jason said. No, I really didn't, Ron. Albert agrees with everything that Jason says, and I guess it's like he has. Part of me would sit there and say he has amnesia, but it's like it's not so much he has amnesia. It's just like he's so busy that when he comes back in, he kind of forgot that all the times I talked about Jason in a certain way, um, and how pretty much nobody is spared the rod, but he tends to forget that though. Oh yeah, yeah, that did happen. That oh Lord, that did happen. Yeah, but why does everyone have to back up what Michael says though? I'll back up Michael in any way. Like I don't think that's actually true. Also, I don't think that everyone. I don't think that most people in Port Charles actually disagree with that, or they don't back him up. Like, jo- um, Jocelyn backs him up. Sonny backs him up. Carly backs him up. Carly and Sonny has been snit there cleaning up Michael's messes at times. Like, are we what? Like, seriously? Mike? Okay. DC says Michael is so harsh to Willow. Eagle says as much as people don't like Sitwell, he's the best thing going for. Listen, I like Sitwell. I'm so glad you're here, right? Because like, I said this. I said this in my video. I'm gonna sit there and say it's here. Yeah, that's what I said. DC says I don't get how Jacinda is being written as a better woman than Willow. Jacinda is legit part of Michael's patterns of rescuing a woman only for her to destroy him in the end. And Allison says he is too harsh on Willow at this point. Listen, this is something that I've said. I think I probably said this like a couple of years ago. When you have kids with someone, no, Ron, you can read your comment. You have to be careful how you engage with, your baby's mother and stuff like that, right? Michael was sitting there talking about, well, I'm going to trash you on the stand. And Sunny's like, you do that, your kids are going to be affected by that. No, she's still a baby. Your kids are going to be affected by that. Michael's not there thinking with his emotions right now, and I get that. And Sonny has been through that, and Sonny's like, "Yo, you can't sit there and trash the mother of your children because that's going to affect your children. I don't care how you feel about Willow. You can't sit there exactly. You can't sit there and do that. You're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like that affects your kids. It was a 20-minute conversation that just went down the goddamn drain because Michael's like, well, I'm pretty much going to do what I want. Like, yeah, exactly, Sean. No, and yeah, she did do that. That is Willow's fault, not Michael's. You think the kids are going to sit there and see it that way? You think the kids are going to sit there and see it that way? This is exactly what I'm talking. I'm so glad that you're here, JH, man, because you are literally proving my point in more ways than one. And I'm not trying to be condescending, but like, yeah, I didn't talk about Kat and EJ yet. What's your point? I'm gonna get to them. DC says like Michael fell out with Nell, then Willow, and Sasha is next. All of them Nina's daughters, and yes, Nina considers Sasha a daughter in many ways. That's true. And I'm like, you can't. Let's get Jamber. I really spicy. No, I'm just sitting there saying like you're proving my point. Like regardless, and that's the thing. Regardless of whose fault it is, you can't sit there and do that because the kids get affected by it. You know. And since people love to sit there and try to act like Michael is the father of the year, why don't you sit there and actually prove it? Like Sonny says, you got to sit there and rise above that shit. You got kids, your level of engagement with, baby mama or whatever, got to be different. But at the end of the day, listen, Michael doesn't have to give a shit about Willow. But you can't sit there and have the kids be affected by that. That's what that comes down to. And you clearly didn't listen to a damn thing I just said. It's not about how Michael feels about Willow. Michael don't have to give a shit about Willow, but you have to care about the kids, though. You know, the kids are going to sit there and take the fall out of that. And you got to sit there and be the better person, regardless of how you feel. That's the thing. When you start sitting there thinking with emotions, that's when shit tends to go sideways. Why the hell are we talking so goddamn long on Michael anyway? Um, Good point, JC. Good point. He can kick rock keeping Willow from her kids at this point. Yeah, and people tend to forget. Exactly, Sean. The kids are the victims in this whole thing. Ron says, if and when Sarah breaks Brady's heart, who will he turn to because he continues to make bad decisions? I hope by that time Kristen moves on with her life. You know what's really funny, Ron? The actress that plays Kristen actually made a poll on her Instagram, and she was like, should Kristen sit there and get a new man this year? And I'm like, you know what? Listen, maybe that shit needs to happen. Also, for the Days of Our Lives fans, since I don't really have, I'm probably gonna have to sit there and say this again. Um, I got so sick and tired of Ari snide ass comments. Like that shit was driving me up the fucking wall. Tracy, where did Willow common sense go? Why you mad at our girl Ari? Shame. Don't say our. There's no our. No, her little snide ass comments started getting annoying. Like, okay, listen, I get it. Leo was a bad person. He did some shitty stuff to your dad way back then, right? But if you want to act this stink, then stay your ass home. Because honestly, tell you the truth, you're not going to sit there and come into this wedding with some damn bad vibes and little snarky ass comments. Like, nah, you can take your ass right back home. Like, that's what we're not going to be doing. I'm surprised Leo actually put up with that shit because he had way more patience than me. I'm like, yo, listen, either this wedding's gonna be off today, you're gonna sit there and send your little niece home because um I mean, Allison, let's okay, here's my thing, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate. What Willow did was foul. Okay, like what Willow did was foul. Well, let's be honest. Nothing's going to come of it, right? The actress that plays Sasha, I don't think she's coming back. She's going to be with Robert. Okay, Willow is never going to be held accountable for that. So anyone that's out there thinking that she is, well, I got a Brooklyn Bridge to sit there and tell you. In Ari's defense, she is a Horton, so it's in her DNA to judge. No, I know, but like I said, she just she started to work my damn nerves. Homegirl started to work my damn girls. But I think at the end of the day, if you honestly tell you the truth, I think that again, people that don't like Willow, are gonna sit there and bring that up, right? They're gonna bring that up. They're gonna bring all this other stuff up. Listen, we're still talking about Willow, so fine, fuck it. Um, yep. Have a good night, Jace fan. Um, the case is weak against Willow anyway, and it really just shows you just how fucked up our justice system is. That all they have, like, listen, if they had that traffic cam, even if, I mean, if they had the traffic cam, it would have been a lot stronger. But they don't have it, so it's like, and that's the thing. Sasha's gone, so anyone that's been saying we're gonna get justice for Sasha, okay, good luck with that. I'm starting to like Willow for being nice to Scout. Listen, Willow did a great thing when she sat there and she stepped up for Sasha when she helped deliver that baby because she didn't have to do it. Okay, Homegirl is not on the damn clock. Lucas, on the other hand, was on the clock when he sat there and tried to throw in Drew's face. Well, I shot, I took out those two bullets for you, bro. You was on the clock. You were a doctor that was on the clock. You didn't sit there and step up like Britt did when Nat was on the ground and she came there and started trying to help out and stuff like that, or Willow did. Your ass is on the clock. I'll take Willow over Carly any day. It's after, sorry, the system. No, 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 seriously, and that's the thing. I listen. You look at this court case. It's like, oh, she had weapons training, and the gun was found in her room. Did they have fingerprints in the gun? No. Oh, wow. I don't know what that is, but thank you, Twitch follower. DCC is now high side. Do you wish they would have made Nell Carly's daughter as opposed to Michael's love interest? Nah, I kind of like her being Nell's daughter. They got that similar crazy gene going on. You really believe, you really, but no, I don't buy that Stefan's dead. I will say this must go wrong. If if they kill Stefan, if they kill Stefan off screen, that's gonna be some whack ass shit. That is gonna be hella whack. Misha says, "Who do you think put the gun on Willow's room?" In Willow's room, that would be really interesting. What if it was Christina? What, like, seriously? What if it was actually Christina that actually did it? I mean, I don't know if she actually did it or not, but like the person who shot him, Michael Tracy. And that's another thing. The sad truth of the matter is, Michael has more of a reason. Sean says, "I think it was me." You know what? That actually seems about right. That seems about right. I would totally do it. Sean is actually 100% correct. Danny Bear 7. Oh shit! You know what? You're still in the chat, and you're here too. So I guess I'll sit there. DC, where are you at? Usually, sometimes I'll sit there and send the clips to DC, but I want to see if DC's actually here first before I sit there and put it on. Watch DC is totally doing something else right now. Happy New Year, Cherry Ice Cream. How you doing? It is really good to see you tonight, Cherry. Okay, I guess that was short-lived. All right, well, I'll just sit there. Did you see how Christina was your mom today that maybe think her being the shooter? I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, that was kind of just a shot in the dark. Don't see why I don't see it either. But I just kind of threw her name out at this point because I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Cherry. Will you be happy if Joy comes back? Yes, I would be happy, Ron. And it's funny, I actually wrote that in my notes. I would totally be happy if she comes back. Nah, you good, Sean? I was sitting there waiting to sit there and see where DC was, but I guess DC is doing well whatever DC does. So I'll sit there and show you this stuff to catch y'all up. Oh fuck me! I got to put out a new one tonight. Okay, good. You're here, DC.
The code they still think owns me.
Security grid's tighter tonight. You sure about the tower?
We don't have a choice. The data's in there.
Then we move before the sweep.
Stay in my shadow. Tomorrow, the city wakes up different.
The district's dry, Chancellor. The people won't stay silent.
They will if they want to keep breathing. Order is expensive.
Order's not what you built. It's a cage. And cages break when enough hands push.
And who's gonna push with you? A few ghosts with stolen...
How many nights we've lived under their boots. Every dawn they told us the city belonged to them. Every dusk we buried someone who disagreed. But tonight, we remember something they can't program.
Yeah, just to catch y'all up. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Daniel says you're in actual hell now. Somewhat. I mean, it's more like resistance leader. You know, going up against a corrupt government. I like these, but why don't you make more soap oriented ones? Well, thank you, Allison. I don't know. I mean, I have an idea for that I can do a series about it, but just to make them just soaps, you know? I mean, I can do a soap one. Actually, did plan on doing one. So, thank you, Sean. I mean, this is a soap chat just saying I like them. Just wondering. Yeah, no. These are more fun to watch. Thank you, Allison. But I think it's funny too. I actually thought about you, and I was actually it was like maybe I can make like a soap series. So I do plan on doing that. Darty says, "Do you think that Gwen secretly had Dimitri's baby? That's why Divine Luster let her have the money." Mm, I don't see it. I don't know why. I don't see her doing a whole like trying to get pregnant on purpose. Thank you, Danny Bear. Thank you. And you remind me. I actually have to sit there and upload that tonight. Thank you. I was just acting too cool for Sos like he does with specialty episodes. I saw I saw one the other day with Beyond the Gates and thought of you. Thank you, Danny Bear. You remind me. I actually have to put out it tonight. I knew I forgot to do something. I was like, what? I was like, what did I forget to do? I don't see her just getting pregnant just to sit there and have the money. Like, I don't know why. I just don't. Whew, okay. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. It's been hella fun to do. There we go. But how's everything going with you, DC? How's school and stuff going? Because you're right. We haven't seen you do too much of anything. Tracy says, love the miniseries. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. It's been really fun doing that. It's crazy how many ideas I have in my head to like of different series to do. But I got some good ones coming out, Tracy. I got some really good ones coming out. So thank you for watching them. Dory says she wasn't married to him that long for them to get that money for her. Those kinds of people don't. You got a point. You got no. Darby got a point. Darby got a point. DC says so. School is by going good. I graduate in May and I have my PhD school interviews next month. Okay, all right. Well, good luck, DC. Good luck. Gwen getting pregnant uh, could be a surprise to her. I just, the first time she got pregnant, she wasn't trying to get pregnant. It just happened. Kevin says, "Do you think Danny shot Drew or Michael?" Um, honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't rule out Danny. He says, "I'm going to be working as a professional, basically come the fall." Yeah, okay, that's what's up, DC. That's what's up. But you said something earlier. You was like you wasn't too sure about putting that stuff out, like you pretty much kind of privated your SOAR account, but you put out some stuff though. Like you put out some stuff on YouTube. So that's why I was kind of wondering. It's like you didn't want to make it public, but you put out videos of your source videos. So I don't understand that. Can I call you a doctor? Can I call you a can I call you Doctor he's Jason's son, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I don't know about I think I just wouldn't be surprised because like Drew has been an absolute dick to Danny. So like that's why I wouldn't be surprised because he's been fucking terrible to Danny. So like if he shot him, I don't think it would have anything to do with the fact that he's Jason's son. I just think the fact that Danny fucking snapped. Exactly, Tracy. I was like, yo, we haven't seen DC in a hot minute. Good at memes. Good point, but I'm worried if I put my source account public, then all my videos go public and some are just for me where I got to download some inside. Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair. You got a point. I kind of also want to sit there and I kind of want to sit there and Cassie, but I get it though. But it'd be cool. It'd be cool when you come back though. It'd be cool when you come back. I got you. Okay, Jason. All right. That's fair. I definitely want to sit there and hear though. I think I need to post a video to Sub Sanctuary come Sunday. That'd be what's up. Do it because you want to, and then because you miss it. What am I doing? Because you miss it and everything. Exactly. You've been like the mayor concert. What's good, Spider? How the hell are you doing? Jason Morgan was created by an accident of fate. Danny is a kind, nice person who is brave but doesn't enjoy hurting people, even people like Drew. Drew Kane, the menace of Port Charles, the bane of most people's existence, like GH fan. I just sat there and told him, like, bro, you need to sit there and be able to distinguish reality from fiction. That dude got super hot under the collar. Bro, I'm just asking for some creativity, DC. You're a content creator, bro. You're a content creator. You've been using that same material for like, what, a year or 2 years? Come on, bro. Step that shit up, man. You want to sit there and troll. You want to sit there and troll, bro. Like, troll. That's what the kids call lame. I had to retire. I wanted to live jokes, so the Jason Morgan, your guy thing is my new bit. Give me a break. I can't give you a break, bro. You're a content creator. Your whole thing is to create content, bro. It's hard out here. The hell it's not. You're a very smart. You're very smart and creative, man. Work that goddamn magic. Once Willow gets your kids back, I think she. Yeah, and Kevin, and then it's going to turn to a Lifetime movie, and then it's going to turn to a Lifetime movie. Oh, good old Belinda, good old fucking Belinda. Jesus Christ, Belinda. I did watch one of her videos where she was talking about um actors who have left soap operas and stuff. Um, what are you talking about? I mean, if you're a Young and the Restless fan, the guy who played there's no Young and the Restless fans here. Ashton Locke, like that dude got fired. Um, the original Summer got, I don't know, she got fired or she got let go, but Darby, I am wearing a black T-shirt. You goddamn right, Darby. I am wearing a black T-shirt. The Jason Morgan collection. Absolutely right. The sad thing is that I wish Jess was here so this way I could sit there and blame her. I don't either, DC. But you have I don't see her come back either. When you have people like Belinda, And I wasn't calling them out. But when you have, like I said, decent, we have people like Belinda that loves to sit there and start spreading gossip without any actual, with her sources, whatever they may be. Um, yeah, and exactly, Sean. She needs to check her sources. I'm just saying, Allison. Listen, I get it. Times is hard. She got to sit there and fucking make up shit so this way she can get views or something. I don't know. Like, I feel like her shit is a gossip channel, and she'll sit there and say stuff to get people to watch her videos and kind of like trick people in a sense. Soap dirt, DC. Why don't you have sources too, Albert? Darby haven't been here in a minute, so he has to sit there and make up. He has to sit there and make up. He has to sit there and make up for lost time. Lost time. Not how I feel about spoiler channel speculation. Yeah, that's exactly what Soap Dirt is. It's a speculation channel. That's what I'm saying, Charlie. Like these, Darby hasn't been here in a hot minute, so you gotta sit there and get in his jabs, make up for some lost time. But it's funny, DC. You and Dion, y'all both feel the exact same way about like those spoilers and stuff. Yes, Tracy. I actually have a whole set of black T-shirts. Even though I shit on Jason Morgan a couple of times, but it's the Jason Morgan collection. Danny Bear said I watched that Soap Dirt video. So basically, what Danny Bear said was that she contributes to the problem. Danny Bear just said, "Yep, I contribute to that problem." I feel the way about spoiler channels the same way Sonny feels about people taking over his peers. Yep, she pretty much just sat there and said, "Yeah, I contribute to the problem." But I mean, I get it though. Everyone got to have a. I just saw this episode. Wait, you just saw this? Oh shit! Don't tell me yet. Don't tell me yet. But oh yeah, and they fucking pulled it off. Oh, never mind. They still got it up. Thank you, Eagle. Yeah, I just picked it out, so maybe I'll try to watch before I go to bed tonight. All right, thank you, Eagle. Thank you. I was about to support and watch it. Well, yeah, but I don't consider that part of the problem. I consider that cheating, which is entirely different. Well, more like getting ahead. Danny Bear, on the other hand, supporting Belinda Soapter, that's contributed to the problem. But thank you for letting me know, though, Eagle. See, I haven't seen Jess in a hot minute, and I'm like, I can't blame her for, if I got a hangover. But I will blame DC for me being addicted to the app. So anyway, I will sit there and blame DC for me being addicted to the Soars app. Sean says I got my Jason Morgan. Yo, listen, I love the black T-shirt. I love the black T-shirt. That shit goes with anything. I mean, yeah, but like, I know a lot of people aren't feeling Britt being back with Jason because Britt has been acting like a spoiled. Sean, actually I have a black leather jacket in my closet as well. Seriously, Sherry, I have a black leather jacket in my closet. Papa Doc says, do we now think Michael shot Joe? I think it's possible, but I think it's too obvious though. I think it's too obvious. I think it's too obvious for Michael. I think it's too obvious for Willow. But yeah, Sean, I had that jacket years ago. This is when I was like a huge fan of Jason. This is Sean. This was back when I thought that Jason couldn't do anything wrong, until I grew the fuck up and started realizing that well, Jason can do some wrong. When he does, I will call his ass out, despite what DC Sub Sanctuary says. Exactly, Sean. Seriously, Jerry. He says, if you are the Jason Morgan in our life, Albert, then who are the Carly and Britt? Oh, I can't say it. I can't say that here. I can't say that here. You come to the members and I'll sit there and spoil it there, but I can't say that here. I can't give away all the secrets here, Darby. Come on now. That's members privilege information. Tracy says, do you think Britt is now going to be over is not going to be over Liz? No, I can't. Come on, Darby. You gotta sit there. Certain stuff is privy to the member stream, which we miss seeing you in, Darby. You sitting there trying to call out attendance and roll call. I'm like, what the hell is Darby at? I mean, that's true at times. I can be a dick, but chicken. This guy literally just sat there and dissed me with a 1980s with a 1980s you know diss. Darby just called me a chicken. Like Jerry, dude just sat there and called me a chicken. You're a chicken. Funny thing, I actually did have a whole ass rotisserie chicken. I did actually have a whole rotisserie chicken. I miss food. Yes, Cherry. This is what you get to sit there and see when you come into my streams. Um, Darby insulting me with oh yeah, fuck it. Who's this chick? Eagle says these are the kids on Jace that have more stories than Elizabeth. Right? Listen, Elizabeth and fucking Felicia needs to go. They're be going. One life to live. There we go. Yeah, Eagle. Yes, Natalie. Ooh, okay. So Danny Bear's a show off. Natalie Buchanan. See, Danny Bear seemed like she was one of those kids in high school that used to sit there and always like overachieve, and I love it. Tracy says, "Do you think Carly could have possibly shot Drew?" Yes, but I feel like it's too obvious though. I feel like it's too obvious. Outback is the shooter. Why not? Seriously, Danny Bear is the overachiever, and I love it. She was like Natalie Buchanan. It was like, wow, okay, all right, I like it. Just a little bit of AI slop. Okay, there we go. She also, yeah, she was also on Days of Our Lives, and that's the thing. Cherry says, "Did you like GH yesterday?" I didn't watch it. It was a rerun. It was a Luke Spencer when he left. I didn't really like that episode. I felt like it was a really shitty ending for Luke Spencer as far as like her as far as his exit from the show. It looks like the troublemaker kid who was secretly a genius in school. I don't know about that, but Tracy says I was talking about job wise. Do you think that Brittany position is going to be over Liz position now? Oh, absolutely, yes. Yes. Yeah, definitely she's gonna be over Liz. Which honestly tell you the truth, Tracy, I'm actually okay with because Liz has been yeah, she's been on one. What if Willow really did shoot Gerald? I think I'll be kind of surprised. I mean, it would make sense, but I still would be. I don't know why I would still be surprised though. Yeah, I mean, I watched Beyond the Gates. I'm not gonna lie, it's just fucking sad. Okay, let me take this off. It's just sad. Like I feel like honestly, to tell you the truth, I feel like after I watched Beyond the Gates, I gotta sit there and watch Family Guy. Like I gotta sit there and watch Family Guy just to, like even shit out. Like it's just sad. Fuck me, hold on. It's just sad. Liz, let me tell you something. Liz do not serve a goddamn purpose anymore. Like she just doesn't. Liz has not served a purpose in a long fucking time, if we're gonna be honest. Liz is just there to collect a goddamn check at this point. Like, let's be real. Opera Doc says, I still wish we knew what the letter he left for Laura said. Those episodes beyond the gates this year is happening awesome. I hope they keep. That show is still at the goddamn total ball for me. Um, B&B is actually getting interesting. You have Katie versus Brooke. Brooke done lost her goddamn mind. Um, Electra inviting Dylan in to live with Will is going to be a fucking mistake because here's the thing. She sat there and she was like, "Yo, listen, just let you know, he's my boyfriend, and listen, as friends, I just gotta sit there and put that stuff out there." And at first I was like, okay, she never said. I was like, she never sat there and practically said that she wanted to bang your boyfriend. Like, why don't you calm down, Electra? But then when she was in the room, she kept looking at Will, and I was like, you know what? Maybe Electra had a point. I was like, maybe Electra had a goddamn point. Her people on B&B confirmed that Luna is dead. Yeah, I mean, listen, they want that they wanted Luna's story over with as soon as possible. I hope Dylan is not the next crazy lady. Bo loves writing that. I don't think she's gonna be crazy, but I do think that she's gonna sit there and try to hook up with Will. Okay. Because and again, my whole thing is, yes, Sean, I will sit there and see you tomorrow. You have a great night. And we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun this weekend. We're gonna have fun this weekend. If you're not a member, hit the pin comment and join. We're gonna have a good We have a good couple of streams this weekend. Mm-hmm. No, no, that left a bad taste in my mouth. But that's exactly why do you? That's another reason why they want to sit there and get the whole Luna storyline over with. Because first, the baby got, she miscarried with the baby, and then she got killed off. Okay, it's almost like it happened off screen. The body and everything like that. It was just fucking gone, right? So like they're gonna do the whole, and think about Dylan. Like, let's not get me wrong. I think Dylan is really Luna. Okay. Um, the Luna story was bad, and they got backlash for it. And I think that was another reason why they wanted to move past it as fast as possible. Um, my whole thing with Dylan is that here's the thing, she's homeless by choice. When Will was like, okay, do your parents know that you're homeless? She was like, no, and I don't want them to know. So I was like, okay, so let me get this straight. You are choosing your pride. You are choosing your pride over sleeping in the streets. Are are you fucking serious? Like, really? And the sad thing is that like the older generation will sit there and look at us and be like, oh, those young folks, always very prideful and stuff like that. I'm like, girl, you are talking about how you're scared to sit there and sleep some days. You're not taking showers the other days when you go for these interviews and stuff like that. Like, listen, it sucks. And, we all need help at times. Okay? But let's be honest. Let's sit there and think about what your expectations was. You want to sit there and make it as an artist or whatever. You went to fucking LA, the only other city that's probably just as expensive as New York. And granted, listen, things still do happen, but like, I think she just had that young mind of, oh, I can do it. And I think Dylan is full of it. She either Luna or Luna sent her to spy on Will.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You're the second person that's out there. You're the second person that's out there and said that, or maybe Dylan's parents don't like her. I think it's it comes down to pride. I just here's the thing, Eagle. She's literally the second person that sat there and said that. Like, oh yeah, she's really Luna. I'm just like, okay, what's good, Amber? The actress plays Steffi more than the actress more than plays Hope. Oh, okay. I'm not even gonna use that effect again, but okay. I just, but yeah, I don't understand that. But like I said, Eagle, seriously, the MVP episode was when Kyle finally dumped Claire's dumbass. Her being under the delusion that Amanda's just going to sit there and keep following her and wanting her and chasing her. But I saw in the previews that it seems that Kyle's going to sit there and try to use Matt Clark, psychopathic Matt Clark, against Victor in some sort of way. And clearly, yeah, Claire really loved that attention. Yeah, she did. And then she woke the fuck up. Like, let me tell you something. That episode was so fucking great. Her ass woke up when he was like, yeah, I'm done. And she was like, what does that mean? I was like, what do you mean, what does that mean? Happy New Year, Kyrie's. Let's everyone say what's up to Kyrie's Clark, the one and only. In the words of Victor Newman, how the hell are you? There we go. I was like, I only have like 2.5 drinks. I was like, am I seeing things? Kyle and Summer getting back together. Now, see, part of me is trolling, but part of me is also being serious because, like, I would want Summer to come back. I'm kind of trolling a little bit because, somebody clearly doesn't like Summer. I'm not gonna lie, she's been kind of a pain in the ass at times, but um, Ego says two worst couples and soaps on Y&R. Two worst couples and soaps are on Y&R. Can you name them? Part of me wants to sit there and say Victor Newman and Nikki Newman. Um, but part of me is just kind of laughing at the fact that Jack thought that Nikki was going to turn her back on Victor. When this is the same woman who took over the Chancellor Company, right? She took over a whole goddamn company because Victor just handed it to her. Victor just sat there and just handed her whole company. Why the fuck do you think that she would care if the Abbots lose their company? When she has no problems with that benefiting off of getting another company, like her knowing Audrey will be a couple. That I can actually believe. That's the thing. I actually like Jack, but like, listen. Here's the thing. As much as I do not like Phyllis, and I really don't like Phyllis, I'm like, maybe you should have just took you should have just took Phyllis up on her offer. You should have just took Phyllis up on her offer. Tracy says, do you think Curtis and Portia will get back together? I think their time is done. I think that their time is done. Like sometimes you could just sit there and just do like permanent damage on a mental level. Like I think their time is done. I did see the previews and she seemed like she was begging for something, but um who do you think is the father? Here's the thing, Tracy. I wanted to be Isaiah because at least it would give him more of an excuse for him to be on the show. But let's be honest, what is Isaiah's purpose on the show at this point? Like seriously, what is Isaiah's purpose on the show other than hooking up with Portia? And the other one used to be now she's straight for some reason. Sienna and Noah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. See, I shouldn't be talking about this because usually when I talk about controversial shit, things go sideways and I tend to get a headache. But I know it's hella I know it's hella goddamn music. Um, them breaking up Mariah and Tess. But part of me was like, in all reality, I just don't think that the LGBT should have put so much faith into the young and the restless when it comes towards representing gay couples. Because they've never been good at that. CBS has never been good at that. B&B has clearly showed their ass. They're trying to do something, I guess, but like, come on, seriously? You look at the writing from Mariah and Tess. I mean, listen, they could not give the LGBT more the biggest FU that I've seen in even GH, right? They have a major storyline like the birth of Ari, and it's done off screen. Yeah, I mean, listen, I said something in a stream in JLJ Media stream that he had an issue with it, but like I can see both sides of it. This person was basically sitting there saying like the reason why he was talking about how they don't how there's a lack of um there's a lack of gay people in GH. And this woman was sitting there saying, well, they have to sit there and cater to their demographic audience. Was good, LaShawn. She was like, they had to, cater to the demographic audience. And, he got upset about that. And I'm like, from a business standpoint, I understand what they're coming from, but from James' point of view, I can see where he's coming from. Like, seriously, Terry, you really stop and think about it. Like, part of me would have sat there and maybe had an issue with that on some level if they would have sat there and said, like, if because they don't really have a lot of black people on GH. I mean, they do, but like, compared to their white counterparts, they don't, right? And that woman could have sat there and came in my stream and been like, well, they have to cater to their demographic audience, right? And part of me would have had to been like, okay, I don't think that that's right. But from a business standpoint, well, I don't know what the numbers are, so I can't say that. But let's sit there and say that there was more white people watching the show. From a business standpoint, I couldn't disagree, but I would still think that it's still pretty fucked up. Like, you could just make the black characters better, give them good writing, make people interested, you know? So it's a little. Danny says Days has been the only show to keep their gay story. Yes, yes. Even though I'm not a fan of Leo, I don't really give that much a shit about Hobby. They still showcase them. Tracy says defines 2050 hours slapping people. Yo, listen, I can't. I mean, my character can't deal with traitors. Okay, people dying out there. You selling people out. You gotta sit there and be digging ditches. I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably slap the shit out of somebody. Now, I'll probably want to. Yeah, I would probably want to slap the shit. I would probably do something worse, but I'm gonna say for YouTube, I'll probably want to slap the shit out of them as well. Fighting the goddamn government, you want to sit there and betray our team? No, fuck that. He's lucky all he got was a damn slap. It's so weird to sit there and see myself, like my image, do that stuff. But it's so fun to watch them. And also, thank you for watching, Tracy. Lucas and Mark. Lucas and Marcos. I hate narcs and snitches. No, I don't blame you. I mean, especially when people died because of that. Seriously, Allison, especially if people die because, well, if you watch my short, I don't know if I actually have it up. I don't know if I actually put it up. But no, watch my short. You see why Tracy said what she said. I didn't upload it, but Spiderquake. I agree with you, Allison. So Dimitri's back. I wonder where he's been hitting and if Gwen faked the letter Dimitri wrote that broke down. That was weird, Spiderquake. I could have swore Gwen and EJ was talking about how they dealt with Dimitri. Like they made it seem like they had Dimitri kidnapped and stabbed somewhere. My dude was walking around with a tuxedo and a new hairdo, and I'm like, didn't y'all motherfuckers literally out there and try to make it seem like y'all snatched him up? Like people need to mind their own business. I agree with that. Do you think Leo and Dimitri get back together, or do you think Leo and Javi stay together? Well, Spider, I want him to stay together with Javi because I feel like if he get first of all if he gets back with Dimitri, Spider, you know damn well we're not gonna hit the end of Ari and her little snide ass comments when it comes to us, Leo. That's what I said. It was like when I saw him, I was and he was. Here's the thing: it wasn't like he was like running, like he got captured and he ran back to sit there and see Leo. It's like he was just strolling, new hair, doing everything like that. And he was like, "Oh, Leo, hey, how you doing?" Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I have a feeling for a while that Gwen has stashed Demetri somewhere because of how else did she get the money? Yeah, she was literally sitting there talking to EJ like, "Oh yeah, we solved out Dimitri problem." I was like, no, you didn't, because he looks pretty fine to me. He's just kind of just strolling around like I do too. Spidey, it's really funny. That certain person, that certain person was just here. Yeah, you just missed him. He was just here. Is there a normal gay couple on any soap without having a baggage or being a villain? Well, I mean, if you if you want to sit there and say it, if is there any normal couple? Is there any character that doesn't have baggage? Like I just said, Curtis has tons of fucking baggage, and Jordan's dumbass still wants to sit there and be with him, even though Trina and her fucking mood swings. And I don't know, Ego. I feel like being normal is overrated. I'm a very weird fucking person. That's what I was like. I was like, yo, he was just here. Like, well, you don't have to miss him because he's right there. I remember Spider Quick. I was there. I remember when he said that. I don't say anything at times, but I remember that. Yeah, Charles. Like he's still there. I meant that gay couple. That's not a bad guy. Hmm. Does it seem like GH just kind of dropped the whole Christina being a lesbian storyline? Yeah. Listen, Tracy, I may be abnormal, but like I miss What was that chick's name, by the way? Fuck. Tracy, what? No, seriously, what was that chick's name? I don't remember her goddamn name. Spike quick, what was her name? Yeah, yeah, no, you still here. What is her? I gotta go to fucking Google to sit there and find out her goddamn name. Chanel Alley also, but Chanel married her, married her twin. Blaze, yes, Blaze. Thank you, Spider, and thank you, Allison. Blaze. I like. Listen, I like Blaze. I gotta find that chick's Instagram. Do you think TJ left because his daughter wasn't interested as a black man? I think there was more to it, Tracy. Remember Charles Measures? Okay, Charles Measures was sitting there saying, and this is, I'm gonna take his shit with a grain of salt. He basically sat there and said that he left because there was a lot of office politics that that he didn't feel like dealing with. There was a lot of shit that was going on behind the scenes and the General Hospital backstage drama that he just did not want to sit there and deal with. Listen, I like Blaze. I like the actors. I mean, you know, that's right. I listen. I like Blaze. I know some people didn't like her music and whatever, but like, but no, with Charles Measures, like he was like there was a lot of problems on there. That's true, Spider, and that's crazy. Like, no, seriously, like, we really we need some more sun. Um, well, you know that brings me to a good point, Spider Quick, and you know, just for the chat, how do y'all feel about the new Jack Brennan? How do y'all feel about the new Jack Brennan on General Hospital? Like, are you okay with him? Do you like him? Do you like him better? I want Blaze as a stalker. Do you like this new version of Jack? Okay, so Eagle missed the old one. Jerry says I don't like him. Jerry just straight up real like, nope, I don't like him. New one's okay too, but the old one was way better. That's the thing. That's the thing, GH fan. It's like he's okay. I'm used. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm used to him. The new Jack is the new Jack is better as WSB agent and seems like he can throw hands. The old Jack just had better chemistry with Carly. And Blackmon says, "Miss the old Jack, Miss the old Jack, Danny Bear, not a Carly and Brenner fandom." Okay. Big Nate was good. Um, most of the sauce is good. I, I don't want to say. Here's the thing. I don't want to say things that I didn't care for Beyond the Gates. It's just like Beyond the Gates is just wrapped up in one story, and it's a really sad story. So it's like I can't sit there and be like, "Oh my god, I love this story." It's like, "Oh my god, I need to sit there and watch Family Guy after watching it." That's how I feel about it. But the other stuff was good though. Oh, even B&B was actually kind of good. Like I said, I think Brooke then finally lost her fucking mind. Okay, the fact that her dumbass is there coming up to, you know, going up in that building talking about, you can't take my name, you can't take my name. I was like, girl, you do realize that y'all share the same fucking name, right? I don't understand, like, and then she sat there and she talked down to her, she was condescending to her. She practically sat there and said, well, you're sponging off my success. Like, what are we doing at this point? Yeah, that's the thing, right, Spider? Beyond the Gates gotta hurry up with the Haley story. This is so popular. That's the thing, Spider Quick. I used to, like I said, when I first used to start doing this, when you were in the chat, you know how many times I sat there and said, well, this episode sucked, or that episode sucked, or whatever. And I think I just kind of got used to, like, I mean, I would like that too, but, like, I wouldn't like a lot of things. Um, and, now that you have this story, it's like, well, what is she going to do? Is she gonna sit there and keep poisoning and shit? Like, Danny says Brooke didn't care about Katie fashion idea. In the first place, she looked like she was laughing when Katie was telling her about them pits when Katie. Yeah, I just here's the thing. I feel like okay, so I haven't been watching the soap as long, but like I'm not surprised that Brooke acted selfish like she did. Do you think today's? Do you think today's? Do you think today was born on GH? No, I didn't think it was boring. I thought it was decent, Allison. I thought it was decent. Here's my thing, Allison. I feel like when it comes to soaps, I need to adjust my expectations, right? Like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, I would have sat there and said this episode is boring as fuck, right? But they had some good stuff on it though. Like they had some decent stuff. It wasn't like, oh my god, this is so amazing. But it was decent, you know. Do you think today was fun? But yeah, I thought it was decent. Today, today today's episode was good, but was filler. I mean, yeah, well, I respect your opinion, Spider Quake. Um, and thank you, Tracy. Yes, Blaze. But that's the thing, though, Spider Quake. Like most of these episodes, especially around the holidays, like I guess my whole thing is like I knew it wasn't gonna be like groundbreaking or moving the story. Like I knew it was gonna be filler, right? Miss Tuesday, our ex app. That's true. That's true, Allison. And before somebody who was in here got all like fucking pissy and shit. Um, it's the same conversation because all you having is Sunny Smith to tell Michael, you need to chill out. You need to like not be so emotional. It's gonna be bad for the kids for you to sit there and come after the kids' mother like that. But he's been telling Michael that for fucking weeks. And Michael has just not given a fuck. And I think that's where I start to be like, okay, this is like this is like 10 minutes of my life I'm never gonna get back. A lot of people are still busy with holiday stuff. Yeah, I mean that's just I don't know. Maybe it was Samuel that when I talked to him, he was like, not every episode is gonna be a super banger. I'm like, okay, you have a point. Curry says New Year semi. new me. I'm gonna try not to be as petty as this year. I just what you see, what you get person. I generally still support you, Albert. Thanks for supporting me as well. Yeah, Congress, I'm always gonna support you. I mean, have different we're gonna have different opinions and disagreements about things, but you know, you know, I appreciate that. I always tell people to sit there and come to your stream. So it's all good, Kyrie. I'm kind of surprised with myself. I actually thought I was gonna be a lot more petty, and I'm not. But it's just disagreements. You know, new year and everything, and being all adult like. So I appreciate that, and you know, saying I'm seriously mad that Jess isn't here. I was seriously, you know, fuck it, I'm still gonna blame her. Even if she's not here, I'm still gonna blame her. Yeah, Michael will never listen. But that's the thing though, right? Like, um, this is why you just feel like you're just having the same goddamn conversation over and over again. And Cherry Ice Cream said hi to you, Kyrie. Well, on Monday looks like the alibi falls apart and Jacinda gotta leave town. I don't know if the alibi falls. I don't think the alibi falls apart. I think Christina just wants her to leave town. Pretty sure the same. I was expecting more. Petty too. Was waiting on receipts. More things changed. More things. Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Part of me was like, I thought that I was gonna be like super fucking petty. Like, I don't know if I was gonna be petty or just being an asshole, but like, I was like, if I was to tell you the truth, I sat there and I was like, what the fuck is that really gonna get me? I'm like, yeah, that'll feel good for like maybe 5 minutes, but you know, I don't even know if it's gonna feel good for 5 minutes, but like, I'm really not the type of person that's just gonna sit there and just start cursing somebody out, like just straight up like that. I mean, unless you be an asshole to me, then you want to get cursed the fuck out. But like, well, I guess we both surprised ourselves. Yeah, I didn't see that coming, but I kind of did. Imagine just sending Christina getting together and she steals her from Michael. That'd be well. I mean, that'd be interest. I mean, that'd be interesting more than that'd be interesting in more ways than one. But like, hmm. You know, honestly, tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even remember why Kyrie stopped liking Dimitri. I know why. I know Kyrie. I know why Kyrie's liked Dimitri, but why that shit faded out, I don't know. See, like I know Spider Quick is being is kind of trolling with that question, but I don't remember why Kyrie's actually stopped liking Dimitri though. Moved on from him to old Jack Brennan, then he left GH. I remember that. I just don't remember what like. I know it was a reason. I just don't remember what it is. And even if I was more sober, I still don't think I could remember what it is. Saying didn't know if it was gonna happen. Curtis says saying didn't know if I was gonna have to grab my charger and do my own live right away. And because I like Jada after all, why I stopped liking Demetria and when. Oh, okay. Alright, well, okay, that makes sense. Okay. Alright, I dig it. I knew it was a reason, I just don't remember what it was. That's all I was looking at the same. I was like, I knew it was something. I just Christine still belongs in jail for temporary aid. That's true. That's like Allison. That's 100% true. You are right about that. I like I said, I think with Willow, like that's just never gonna happen. Like people want Willow to pay, and I'm just like, yeah, y'all can want Willow to pay. Y'all can want Sonny to fucking pay. That doesn't mean that he is. And I shouldn't do that, but like again, who want to testify? And where's the goddamn proof at? Who Kyrie's will turn on is Ava, even though Gemini has a clip of Kyrie saying Ava is a money. I mean, I believe that, but you know, the bigger thing is though now, Spider Quake, is that Sitwell actually has a thing for Ava, which I mean, I'm not surprised, but like, you know that Lucy is gonna not like. She ain't gonna be feeling. She's not gonna be feeling that. She is not gonna be feeling the fact that like Ava's getting in between like her and Sigma. Which I'm not gonna lie, Lucy was being fucking annoying. Lucy's like, oh well, why you sitting there trying to talk about business for? I was like, Lucy, you were literally sitting there talking about business a week after Monica passed away. Like, are you fucking kidding me? But you know how I feel about her. I think that he may like Ava, her looks and her smarts and stuff like that. Willow's character didn't become interesting. And that's thank you, Tracy. Because here's the thing, I have sat there and said that like, well, Willow and Michael are boring, but particularly like Willow's boring. Willow's so boring, and everyone said that Willow's boring. Now that Willow is actually doing stuff and she's doing things that are pissing people off, oh my god, I hate Willow. How the fuck did y'all go from, how did y'all go from Willow's boring to, oh my god, I hate Willow? It's like, so we went from like, well, I mean, here's my whole thing, like, I would rather a character make me feel something than for them to bore me, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I really don't like Leslie, but Leslie makes me feel something. Cat makes me feel something on Beyond the Gates. Chelsea don't make me feel shit. She just comes across as vapid, right? But Leslie is annoying. But Leslie makes me feel something. Exactly, GH fans. I mean, exactly, Allison. I'm sorry I keep calling you GH fans. Just it says GH, and I just but it's lucky really with him or chase after him. Um, Curry says Leslie makes me not want to watch Beyond the Gates. They need to focus more on Triple Ace than they need to focus more on Triple H than when I get back into it. I can't blame them. I'm not a fan. Like every time Leslie's on, I can't. But like I said, we haven't talked about Trina. It's funny we haven't talked about Trina, and I've been complaining about that chick all goddamn week with her bratty ass attitude. Just getting on my goddamn nerves. Oh, Kyrie, when might you be streaming again? Exactly for what Anita slapped Leslie, of course. But yeah, when may you be streaming again? It's like, wait, okay, do you like her just because everyone else hate her, or do you actually like her to like her? Then he says Leslie is hell of annoying, but she has some funny moments. Regular stream or members? I mean, I'm a peek in either way, but I'm just curious for everybody else. God damn. Danny says Trina doesn't matter anymore. Oof. Man, if she would have said that when a certain someone was here, oh man, that would have been World War fucking five. I liked her since the show started before people hated her. Okay, fine. I thought that you wanted to be one of these rebels where it's like, oh, because everyone else hates her, I'm going to like her. Because I can totally see you doing something like that, Spider Quake. Early did become a part time over the last year and a half. We're on streaming tomorrow and member streaming on Sunday or Monday. I like member streams on Monday better for some reason. Oh, yeah, that's probably cool. I mean, Kyrie, you doing big things and stuff like that. You got other things going on, so you doing what you can. Your subscribers understand that. So now, honestly, tell you the truth, that's what I'm at. As long as your subscribers understand that, they respect that. You stream whenever the hell you feel like it. I'm not that type of person that if I do, that's not intentional. Okay. All right. I respect that, Spider. Allison says, yeah, Trina is just a nothing character at this point, just whiny and annoying. Yeah. Jace has way too many nothing characters. Listen, Allison, I don't know if Dion did old clippings of how Felicia used to be. But listen, there was a point where Felicia was actually interesting. She was an engaging character. She was fun to watch. And now the chick is just there for a paycheck. Like let's be real, that chick is just there for a goddamn paycheck at this point. I think they don't want to fire people. Well, because she's a legacy character, okay? Because people always throw that fucking word around like that's supposed to be like, well, you can't fire her. She's a legacy character that like Jonathan. How the hell are you? Well, yes, Allison, more in the 80s, but yes. Let's be real, Trina hasn't been relevant since Asman. That's true. Curry says, since I don't watch all the soaps anymore as well, like I don't watch B&B or Days anymore at all, Beyond the Gates only occasionally. Why not similarly regularly, but GH mostly consider along with my projects. No, I kind of figured that, but I mean, like I know that you got other things going on, other big things going on. So, oh, you woke up late today. Okay. Like I said, and Kyrie's, whenever you come on, the people in your stream are always happy to see you, regardless. So, you got that strong support base. So that's what that matters, man. Seriously. And just in the spirits, I'll sit there and say this. It's not, I'll sit there and say this, Curtis. It's not about how many streams you do. It's the fact that when you do them, you add quality to it. So if you do 3 streams that are fun as hell, as opposed to doing 8 streams that are whatever, then you winning. So I know, John, and it's funny when he came on today. I was sitting there thinking about Jonathan. Absolutely, yes. GH would be fine without Felicia. But apparently, some people will sit there and be like, "No, she's a she's a legacy character, and she ties the story together with Maxie and whatever other bullshit that comes out of their mouths." But yes, I agree with you. Are you watching GH right now? Oh wow, you must have had a day. Shit, I mean, part of me kind of wishes I could sit there and take a nap on a weekday. Like dead ass serious. Like I don't get to take naps into the weekends, and that's if I'm not setting up for a fucking stream. So fucking kudos to you, my guy. You should be fine without at least 20 characters. Alice and I 100% agree with that shit. Like no, like I'm being dead ass. Fuck me sideways. I totally do. Like I said, they have to be goddamn characters on. So you watch days, okay? Oh shit! I didn't see the fucking. Thank you, Jonathan. I didn't watch the previews. I think I was so busy with like taking notes and stuff like that. I didn't watch the previews. So yep, the ungaying of what do you call it, Taraya? You also saw YNR. Okay, all right, that's what's up. Jonathan, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so glad that you're watching YNR. Because now I have somebody else in the member streams as well to talk about YNR. DC was here earlier, but now I have somebody else to talk to about YNR. Though. There's too much going on. No story ever ends. I think the problem is they just have a lot of filler characters, right? Like Cody and Molly serve no fucking purpose today. They serve absolutely no goddamn purpose today. They were just there to be awkward and everything. Like that's all they really did. They didn't really do too much of anything. Do you think Matt Clark will last? No, I don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, here's the thing. It's cool Smith seeing Roger Howard back, doing what he does, which is Todd Manning. But like, I don't see him lasting that long. Harry says one thing's gonna stay the same for me this year. When in doubt, blame Nikki Newman. Can't find my vodka. Nikki Newman's fault. Missing keys to the car. Nikki Newman's fault. Matt Clark escaped. Nikki Newman's fault. Nikki, Nikki, Nikki. I love Nikki. That woman is radiant. The only reason I actually said that was because I know how much Kyrie's really can't stand when I say that shit, um, but like I said, I just, Jackson act like the fact that they actually had Christmas together after they just had a major blowout. Like Nikki coming to the house and and Victor being like, "Is Nikki like Carly?" No, Nikki is not like Carly. Um, I mean, Carly could be bad, but like Nikki is actually way worse. There we go. That's what I needed. Her Nikki. It was nostalgic, so I'm not as annoying this time. Well, Curtis, you knew I was going to sit there and say that shit. You knew I was going to sit there and say that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I sit there and say Katie, baby, I'm just like, where's Carissa at? Because I know how much you can't stand when I say that shit, to be honest. Spike Craig says, I don't watch that so, but isn't Matt Clark on Jake? Yes. He was Franco. He was Franco. He was Austin Gatlin Holt. You know. The only reason why Molly and Cody are appearing together is because they're both single and apparently they don't seem to have plans. No, well, yes, absolutely, Jonathan. And yeah, no, it was 100%. It was 100% filler. And yeah, you're right on all fronts. And he was on. Yeah, yes, he was. Well, he was top man, but I don't think that Spider Quake watched One Like to Live back then. Yeah, Spider Quake. Why not? That'd be fun. I'll be down. Well, I mean, oh yeah, Danny Bear. See, Danny Bear's on a different wavelength. Danny Bear likes Trevor St. John as Todd more than Roger Howard. But you know, here's the thing though. Here's the thing, Danny Bear. Here's the reason why I'm not going to give you so much grief. People felt like Heather Time was, Victoria Newman. But I like Amelia, right? Yeah, they could cast him in a different role like Matt Clark used to beat up Nick Newman. No way that would happen, not realistically. No, it wouldn't. And it was like Nick is a big guy. Like you're not just gonna sit there and take out Nick like that. You know, I'm not gonna lie, Spider Quick. I totally forgot to sit there and say that in my review. And yes, it was awkward as fuck when he said that. But you know, it's actually really funny though, Jonathan. Like when I was looking, I don't know, I was on the internet. Apparently, Melissa Archer was on Days of Our Lives. Like I've been following her, Melissa Archer, aka Natalie. She was on Days of Our Lives. There's a joke Roger originally the character of Todd for a few years before Trevor came along. I mean, don't get me wrong. Listen, I like Trevor as Todd. I think he played a good Todd. He played a different Todd, but he played his Todd. I like Roger Howard, but I'm not kicking Trevor's version of Todd. Like they both did their thing. If I had to choose, I would choose Roger, but like as the dimensionist Sienna or Sienna, yeah, Sierra. I was reading about that. I was like, oh shit, that's interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just trolling you, Danny. But that's my whole thing though. Like I could sit there and be like, well, I like Amelia as um Victoria Newman. And here's the thing: Amelia has played Victoria Newman for 20 years. For 20 fucking years, she's been Victoria. So like, I gotta give it to the actress for sticking on a show and sticking on a role for that long. Curry says, "Oh yeah, that's what I finally get to ask you. What do you think every time you see Sienna and Noah kiss?" But that's the thing though, Kyrie. It's not awkward for me. I know it is weird. It's awkward for everybody else because they're playing mom and son. But like for me, it doesn't bother me. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm just weird, but it doesn't bother me though. And I find it funny that it bothers everyone else. Like it looked like Danny Bear came in. Danny was like, "Ew, that's gross." I was like, they're actors. Like, well, I mean, Carrie says, well, let me ask you a question. Does it bother you though? Like, does it make you feel like weird and uncomfortable watching? Doesn't do anything for me, but does it do anything for you though? That's my question, Carrie. Does it make you feel weird and awkward? Like Trevor mentioned that the producers put him in the room to watch Roger Howard scenes as Todd. He saw a little bit of it, but then turned the tape off because he wasn't going to play the same role. And honestly, to tell you the truth, Jonathan, I respect that. He wanted to put his own spin. And also, that's I'm not gonna lie, that's hella pressure. That's hella pressure to sit and be like, oh, well, I want you to do exactly what that person is. Like, no, 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 no. That was like, that's what we're not gonna do. You're gonna write the line to me, but you're not gonna tell me to like. Because let's be honest, Roger plays Todd in almost every fucking role that he does. Matt Clark is Todd like what 3.0 at this point? Wait, a mother and son in real. No, Allison. They only played it like it's only on the show. Gray says it feels forced, makes me sort of fast forward. They have no real sexual tension either or appeal. Okay. But no, they're not. They're not actually mother and daughter. Same question to you that I asked Kyrie since Sonny, you're number two. Do you see Sonny leaving Jace? Well, I hope he leaves Jace this year. Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, Spike. I hope that Sonny leaves Jace this year, and it's weird because here's the thing: Sonny has not been interesting since the early 2000s. At this point, fuck that. At this point, Maurice Bernard has just been coming in for a damn check. He's just been coming in for a check. His stuff has not been interesting for a long ass time. And that's funny, yes, exactly. And Jonathan feels the same way that Kyrie says. I don't know, maybe like I said, well, fuck it, y'all know me. I'm weird. Like it doesn't bother me, and maybe it also doesn't bother me because I've been with older women before, so like it's time for Sonny to find his replacement. It's time for Maurice Bernard to sit there and kind of fucking hit the hay at this point. Hey, listen, here's the thing. I have no issue with Maurice Bernard. I just like Johnson says Sonny got more to offer. It's not Maurice Bernard fault. No. And you're right. It's not his fault. But as a character, they're not doing anything for him. So it's like I mean, Jonathan, it's like an old dog. It's like maybe you just need to put him out the pasture. Listen, that sounds fucked up, but like I think Sonny's interesting, but other than the Justine stuff, he hasn't had a story in a bit, unless you count Sitwell the last major thing. But no, well, Spike, let me put it this way. We have watched old episodes of Sonny when he was on. The early 90s stuff, well, the 90s stuff, the early 2000s stuff, like when with Sonny and Brenda when they went to like Miami. They were going on their adventure and everything like that. Like, Sonny, you don't understand, Spike, because you weren't watching it back then. And to be fair, I wasn't watching it either. But we've watched clips when Sonny's stuff was actually fucking interesting. It was engaging. This is when the show actually had a budget. Okay, Sonny and Brenda going on a run and stuff. Sonny fighting what is his name? What's his name? Chat. Jonathan. What is who's the guy that came in that was not he came in as a blonde this past time that Michael takes over for Sonny. I don't see Michael taking over the role. No, but no. No, oh, well, no. Who was the person that Sonny? Okay, who was the guy that came back? He became Jagger. Jagger, right? When they had the original Jagger, like there. Let me put it this way: there was a fight between the like old school Jagger and Sonny. Y'all gotta watch this shit. Sonny takes the biggest fucking L when like old school Jagger whooped his ass. Like his stuff in the '90s was fucking peak. I wasn't watching Jay's back when Sonny was with Brenda, but saw some of their clips. And then, thank you, Danny. Frederick says my only critique currently with Sonny is he got act more gangster. He's let too much side. He needs to act like a gangster, like what he did. Well, yes. But that's what I'm saying, Spider Creek. Like back then, he used to be the fucking Don. Like I'm just saying, Spider Creek. Like you watch old clips of like Jay's, like him in the '90s and stuff. It is way different and way better. And when you watch it, you kind of realize like, what is he doing now? That's my thing, Spider Quake. But a recast special could have the potential to succeed suddenly. I respect your opinion. I don't see how, but I respect it. Um, is that a future prediction or is that like more of a wish list? Jonathan, is that more of a wish list or is that more of a future prediction? Perry says I like Sitwell despite him having a teenager attack a sentence I never thought I would say, given everything I stand for, but Sitwell still makes it work, yes. What's good, Gee? Or it's like what I said before, people would always complain that Sunny Carly's show. Now it's not that much that about Sunny and people are still complaining. Yeah, but like I said, it's the thing is quite quick, like I said, it's different, it's hella different. Listen, I like Sitwell. I do. Sitwell works. I mean, listen, Laura's an idiot. Like, I stand by that shit. Laura's an idiot. Laura's an idiot. Anyone that was sitting up there happy that Kevin was back, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Um, Kevin was never planning on staying. Kevin, Kevin gave y'all a fucking cheese in a sense. For people that don't watch, she can. Well, that's the thing, Danny Bear. Listen. I said that she was an idiot when she decided to contact Sonny instead of the cops. Um, and now she's living in delusional land, Delulu land, as Spiderquake says. And Boyles is that they keeping it real. Boyles is keeping it real. Like, yo, listen. You need to sit there and appease Sitwell, otherwise you're not gonna be fucking breathing for much long. And you know who else is not gonna be probably breathing for much long? Depending on how this thing goes. If Drew his thing, if Drew becomes useless to Sitwell, we all know what happens when people becomes useless to Sitwell. He's like, can I be but that's exactly Danny Bear. That's my whole thing. I'm like, yo, listen, for GH fans, they don't know, but they don't know outside of the gates of GH. But like, you know, she should have. Her asking what they calling Dante, like, what the fuck you think was gonna wind up happening? Like, it was crazy. All right. Well, this sucks, but unfortunately, I do have to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the goddamn morning. But now I can fully be back. Feels like going back to delusional land. You want to know why Beyond the Gates is number one because Bessie never took ground. Listen, Kyrie, if we ever get Brock TV on here, I want you to sit there and talk about Betsy. And here's the thing, Kyrie knows why I want him to talk about Betsy when we get Brock on here. All right, so when we do a collab with Brock, I want you out. Yeah, 4 in the morning. It's fucking horrible. Looks like Kevin might take Ace to wherever country. Yeah, I saw a spot, Greg, and she's not there acting. She's not there acting like Sidwell can't get to her. Yes, listen, that adventure has been very fun. So shout out to Jonathan for that. But no, seriously, guys. I want you to mention Betsy, and I want you to remember, and I want you to sit there and tell him. I want you to sit there and say why you're mentioning Betsy, because I know and Carice knows, and his chat knows. So, and I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to let Carice sit there and say it. But yeah, so I'm gonna end the stream here because I do got to wake up at 4 in the morning. Not fun stuff at all, but oh, Bessa, fuck, thank you. I'm saying Betsy, Bessa. Thank you, Gary. Listen, Gary knows. Gary knows why I want someone to sit there and mention Bessa. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Soul Chat without Bostic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, if you're not subscribed to Kyrie's Plug, make sure you subscribe to him. Become a member. He'll be doing his things in his streams, so definitely join and be a subscriber to his channel. Seriously. Have a good night, Allison. Have a good night, Kyrie's Clark. Have a good night, Danny Bear. Johnson says, can I hit the like button? You hit that goddamn like button because it really does help. Like it does. It seriously does help. So thank you everyone. Thank you for everyone thank you everyone who joined. Appreciate y'all all. And members, I will sit there and see y'all tomorrow. If you're not a member, join. And I'll see y'all next week. Janetta, thank you for joining. You have a great night. And Guy and everyone else who I miss, you know who you are. Laters.